Well, what is up, all of you Ugnots and Jawas out there, and welcome back to another episode of Mando Talk. I am your host, as always, Caleb Keller, and I am so excited for this episode for a few reasons. But number one, let's just go ahead and get this off the top. We have someone special joining the Mando Talk crew officially. You know him. You've come to love him. He's got a great voice and he's got great talents, and I can't wait to have him on board as much as possible. His name is Zach Horvath. Zach Horvath, how are you doing?
What's up, everybody? I'm doing great. I'm happy to be here. I am excited. Joining Mando Talk crew, big deal. Going to
Yeah,
be coming on a lot more. I'm just excited to be around, talk Star Wars, hang out, just have a conversation. That's all. That's what this is all about: is have some fun and talk Star Wars. So, thanks for having
definitely.
me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I know it's been kind of one of those things that me and you have always talked about is just kind of getting on mics and talking about things that we love. And we love Star Wars. So it was just like a perfect fit. Like, why not? Let's go ahead and do this thing. Not necessarily. And I don't think we're always going to try to get you on as much as possible. But
hmm
obviously life happens. But we're no longer doing this whole thing of like every month or every 2 weeks. Zach's
Yeah,
going to be on whenever he can. I'll always be here like normal, but Zach, we're going to plan every week. But as always,
yeah.
life happens.
Just assume that I'm going to be around a lot more, and we'll
Yeah.
we'll go with that. Because, like I said, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to talk. It's so fun, and I can't wait to get talking with the crew and hanging out with everybody. So
Yeah, so we got a lot of special things coming down the pipeline, some things that have already actually happened. So I wanted to go ahead and address those off the top. And the first thing is Discord. We started a Discord channel so we could communicate with our listeners some more, but just Star Wars fans in general. And you know what, Zach, since you are kind of the mastermind behind Discord, I'm going to ask you to persuade our listeners why they should get on Discord with us.
as you guys know, Discord's a good place for people to come together and have more than just conversation. You can have back and forth, but you can debate in there. We can come and we can also talk to you guys directly instead of this medium where we kind of just talking at you. We can actually talk with you. So it's a big deal to me. That's why when Keller told me to come on Mano Talk, I was like, man, we gotta get talking a little bit more, right? So we know that Discord's a way to do that. So if you're a common listener, or if this is your first time, just look in the link and hit that Discord button, join our channel, join the community, come talk to us. We're in there every day. We're talking. So just come on, enjoy the time, say what you want, drop pictures, gifs, memes, gifs of us, memes of us, whatever you want to do. We're just it gives us another chance to talk to you guys, and we're really excited. And it's one of the things that's changing around here. We're getting a little bit fresher, right? We're
Yeah,
getting with the times.
absolutely.
So I'm excited. I know Caleb is, and we hope you guys join us. And we're going to be bringing it up a lot more. You're going to be hearing about it, but
Yeah.
just come on. It's
You're
fun, man.
probably going to get a Discord plug probably weekly. Uh,
100%.
and like he said, there's going to be a very convenient, perfectly labeled Discord link right in the description wherever you are hearing us or watching us. So you can just conveniently click that link, get to that channel, and like you said, communicate with us. And I've always said this on the podcast. That is the absolute tip top best part of doing this is talking to you guys. Yeah, I love talking to Zach, and I don't think he'll mind me saying this, but it's better to talk to the fans. I mean, it's just
100%.
awesome. So click that link, join that community, and we can't wait to connect with you some more on that. Now, the second special announcement is we got something special coming down the pipeline as far as content goes. Obviously, we have the Bad Batch coming soon, and we're actually going to talk a little bit about the Bad Batch tonight. What we want to do is we want to host a live watch party exclusively on YouTube on May the 4th. And it's probably going to be right at 8 p.m. Central Time. That's the time slot that works best for us. on May the 4th. Now, I know a lot of you out there are diehard Star Wars fans, so you might have seen it by then at that point. However, uh, give yourself a reason to watch it a second or third or fourth time. Go to the YouTube live stream where we're watching that thing together, and here's some interesting takes initially from us and from a couple of other familiar voices, hopefully on that night.
Yeah, we're really excited. Again, this is one of the things we're mixing up around here. It's just another way to connect with you guys. That way we can watch it. You can see our reactions in real time. We can talk. We can say what we're feeling. And we'll do a whole podcast over the Bad Batch, right?
Yes, we
But
will.
just to let you know, like that's coming. But why not enjoy it live with us? We've never really done anything live like that, I believe.
We
Um,
have not.
so so yeah, let's do it together. Let's see how it goes, right? The more of you guys that come and watch, the more you may see of those. So
Absolutely.
it's a give and take, and we're really I'm pumped about that because
Dude, me too.
live is awesome, and then
Oh, it's a
live
whole
plus
new ball
Star Wars.
game.
Oh, it's a whole new world, right? So yeah, give us a break on that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
give us a break.
But we're gonna try it out, and I think it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah,
So May the
absolutely.
4th, baby.
May the 4th, and hopefully the May the 4th will be with us and with you. And a perfect way to celebrate it is again to watch the Bad Batch with us, 8 p.m. Central Time on May the 4th. Watch it for the first time with us, second, third, it does not matter. And again, we will probably be plugging that idea weekly as well,
Yep,
leading up to that
you're
day.
gonna be hearing that. You'll see some tweets about it. You're
Yeah,
gonna
we
be
might
here.
even make like promotional posters. Who know? You name it. We're going
Yeah,
all out on this thing.
and we'll throw it in the Discord too. So that's
Yeah,
another benefit of being in the Discord. You're gonna be in the know. So
absolutely. All right. Before we get to our big Star Wars topics, as always, let's just go ahead and get all of our plugs out there. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Mando Talk as well. Those are our normal locations. You can continue to find us there. And then also our podcast platforms, wherever you're listening to us, Apple, Spotify, Google, you name it, subscribe, rate us, and then YouTube, obviously. Hopefully you're noticing on YouTube, we got a fresh, clean look as well. So if you like that, like the video, comment on the video, tell us or let us know what you think about our new look, and subscribe to our channel. We would really appreciate the support as always. So now that we got all those plugs out of the way, let's finally talk about Star Wars. We get to do the thing that we love to do the most, and that is to talk Star Wars. And now I did say something about the Bad Batch. This initially wasn't on the notes, but it came up right on this day as we were recording this. The Bad Batch releases a new poster. Now I'm going to scroll to this poster here so I can just look at it real quickly to be put back in the feels, because as soon as I see this thing, we see the evil villain Palpatine lurking in the background, lurking in the shadows as he always is. And as soon as I saw that, my excitement level for this show skyrocketed. It is now at the top expectation level for me, because I just get this way anytime new Star Wars content comes around. Like, you know what? Let's not worry about anything else right now. Let's only worry about the Bad Batch. That's kind of how I'm feeling now that I've seen this poster. Zach, what did you think when you saw this poster?
I've said it on the podcast before. Bad Batch. I don't really know much about it, right? I'm excited to watch it, enjoy it, learn the backstory, even maybe watch Rebels and all the other stuff as well.
Do it.
That may be a little tease for something incoming here. But I'm not gonna lie, it has gotten me pumped. One poster, I'm
Let's
like,
go.
oh, I'm in on
Yeah.
that because that is a hot poster. I'm all in, as you may say.
All in. Let's go. Hashtag all in.
Yeah, that's right, baby. Like it is hot. It is enough on there. It's kind of thrown in my face. I'm looking at it as well. But man, you just got Palps up there, just hovering on the top, doing what he does best,
Yeah.
steaming in the darkness.
Right. And that's one thing that it got me thinking when I saw that poster is, first of all, I was shocked that it wasn't Tarkin, because in the trailer, Tarkin was used heavily. So I
Mm-hmm.
was thinking, you know what? They're just going to stick to that. Tarkin's probably going to be the main villain of the show. But as always, Palpatine's going to be lurking. But Palpatine actually being in this poster makes me think maybe he'll have a bigger role than I initially thought. Who knows? Maybe they're just saving some of his scenes. I don't know. What do you think? You think we'll see Palpatine a lot, or just kind of in the middle, or a little less?
I think it'll be in the middle. I
Okay.
think they're, if I'm just guessing, right? Like you said, we haven't really seen anything or felt anything from him. And then you get this where he's just front and center on the top,
Right.
boom. So, number one, I think they're hiding kind of what he's doing in the show. That's why we haven't really seen anything.
Hmm.
But also, I wouldn't get my hopes up too much. I think he's just going to be a player how he always is. He's in the background doing his thing, and then it'll all kind of lead up to whatever he has planned. Because he's always running the show. So
Right. And you're probably right. I'm glad you're here to set my expectation levels.
I gotta knock you down.
No,
I'm
I
just kidding.
appreciate
I
that,
just kidding.
but I will be very pleased and happy with Tarkin myself.
Right.
And I think, and I'm still going to have that mindset that Tarkin is the lead villain in the show, uh, unless things change. But Palpatine, again, as always, will be lurking.
Mm-hmm.
I just real quickly wanted to talk about that. Let us know what you think about the new Bad Batch poster. We thought it looked great. Uh, can't wait to see it, and can't wait for that live stream.
Yeah.
All right. Next on the news list, we got Star Wars Andor leaks. Set images have been leaked online, revealing a couple of takeaways. So I'm going to go ahead and read my takeaways. And Zach, after each takeaway I talk about, feel free to kind of give your reaction to that.
All right.
First takeaway: Imperials were spotted dressed in a uniform similar to Director Krennic. The uniform that Krennic was wearing early in Rogue One, I think, in the scene when Galen's on his farming fields. So that made me think of this question: could we see Orson Krennic in Andor? And for me personally, obviously, I would love to see this character come back. I don't expect it to happen though. It might be like a 1 minute cameo kind of thing, but I don't think he's going to have a integral role in the show. What do you think about Krennic's possibilities of coming back?
I think I agree with you. I think it's going to
Okay.
be maybe his name or maybe a short scene with him.
Mm-hmm.
But think, I don't know. I go back and forth. I'll be honest with you, like, because I didn't
Yeah.
even think about it till this.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw these images and I was like, And the more I think about it, the more I like it. But I don't see him playing a huge role.
Okay.
I think he'll, like, I agree with you basically. I think it's
Well,
just
and
going
I
to be
think
a
that's
small
fair.
cameo.
I think that's fair too, because obviously, if these images are leaking, Ben Mendelsohn, I believe that's how you say
That's
his
right.
last name. He's too big of an actor to have not been spotted at this point and reported about. I feel like if they're already getting images like this leaking, uh, so that kind of makes me think also like if he is in it, it's very, very limited. Uh, but yeah, I
Well,
would love to see it. But yeah, what were you gonna say?
correct me if I'm wrong. His outfit or uniform, it's not really like his uniform, right? That's like just a general
Correct.
uniform.
Yeah, and that's a
So that's why I'm about at 5% of him really playing a role, because I
okay.
think that's just, hey, you remember, he wore these. This is cool.
Yeah.
Um,
No,
Kind of
and I think
situation.
that 5% number is probably the perfect number. I think I'm
Hmm.
probably going to roll with that number as well. But again, love to see it. Just don't know if we'll see it.
That's right.
And again, until we're proven wrong, we'll stick there. But I would love to see it happen. Now, as you were alluding to, though that uniform is not specific to Krennic. Those uniforms are also uniforms used by the Imperial Security Bureau, better known as the ISB. Now, in The Mandalorian, it was revealed that Moff Gideon was a formal ISB officer for the Empire.
Hmm.
So, as always, this is Mando talk. We got to connect back to the Mandalorian. Do we get maybe a connection there? Like, because I know that we always talk about how we want Star Wars to incorporate Marvel connecting.
Hmm.
That would be a really small detail, but an
Yeah.
easy way to connect those two projects that currently don't seem like they're connected at all. What do you think about those possibilities?
It goes back to what I said about Krennic, where, yeah, I mean, I think we might hear something.
Hmm.
The I feel less. Well, 5% ain't a lot, but I feel even less about Moff Gideon.
Yeah,
But
like
it's
1.4%.
that's right. But it's like, why not say it? Just be like, blah blah blah. He's doing something, right?
Yeah, get that
You don't
plug
even.
in there.
That's right. You don't even. It has to just be a random no namer who calls it out, right?
Yeah.
And where because doing what we do, we'll be like, oh, but my wife's gonna be like,
Cool.
all right, yeah. So that's why I say maybe I give it even less of a chance than Krennic, but I
Yeah,
hope so. I
no,
hope
I
so.
agree. I agree. Moff Gideon, by far, maybe not by far. I might need to be hesitant on that because now that I said that, I'm thinking of other characters. But easily one of the better Disney era new characters in Star Wars, in my opinion. I was
Yeah.
about to say the best, but then I forgot. You know what? I really love your boy Kylo Ren.
I was about to say, you better watch out, boy. I got my Sith going. If you're watching on YouTube, we got fancy over here, right? We got
Yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
lights going. We got some upgraded cameras. We're in, boys.
Zach is the Sith
Yeah,
part
that's
of the
right.
show with the back red
With my,
light.
that's right.
I'm definitely and I'm wearing white. I got the blue light.
I'm
I'm
wearing the
very
black. Like I'm
yeah.
repping my boy here. Come on
Vader,
now.
Darth
Yeah.
Vader. Yeah,
Come on.
that fits perfectly. But yeah, I would love to see Gideon. But kind of like you, I don't think we'll see it. But
Yeah.
anyway, it's a nice conversation point. Uh,
100%.
okay, next takeaway from the set leak. I get Canto Bite vibes from the images. Now we all know Canto Bite was in The Last Jedi. We all know personally, I'm not the biggest fan of The Last Jedi, and I am definitely not a fan of the Canto Bite sequence. So I don't like those vibes. We can kind of take those vibes away from Andor in my preference, but I'm also not going to be closed minded and just hate it if it looks like Canto Bite. But I did get that vibe from that image. Did you get that vibe? Maybe something different, maybe something new?
You know, when you brought it up to me or in the notes, I was just reading the notes
Mhm.
before, and I I didn't really get those vibes. I'm not gonna lie. I
Oh,
got just
okay.
more kind of Star Warsy vibes, but
Okay. That's fair.
maybe that's because I just block that. Like I try not to compare that because I've come to the
Try
conclusion
not to
I
think
don't
about it.
I don't hate The Last Jedi. I hate Canto Bite.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Like I can sit down. I was sitting down watching Star Wars again with my wife, and we got to The Last Jedi, and I'm like, all right, well, get your remote ready. Cause like, okay, yeah. Ray. Cool. Through Canto Bite. Oh, okay, we're back to Ray and Luke. Okay. All right. So that's kind of where I sit on that. But going back to your question, I didn't really get those vibes personally, but I mean, it felt Star Warsy to me. So
Yeah.
I think I'm a little biased in trying not to compare.
No, that's fair. And I am glad that you are taking a different approach at it. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, again, even if it's very similar to Canto Bite, I'm not going to be like, turn it off. I'm not a fan anymore.
Well, wrap
Definitely
it
not.
up. I gotta go on Twitter and tweet about
Yeah.
this.
No, that's not me. That's not my take. But we'll see. We'll see. Now, before we leave Andor, I did real quickly want to talk about Andor just in general because we have done a few shows together now in these recent months, and I feel like Andor is the one show that we have not talked about.
I don't think
Um,
we have maybe at all.
I
I
don't
don't
I
know.
don't think so. And there's still one thing that I keep coming back to. It blows my mind that Alan Tudyk as K2SO is no longer involved. Like he was part of the initial announcement. It was Diego Luna is coming back as Cassian Andor as well as Alan Tudyk as K2SO. And recently he's come out and said, I'm not involved in at least the first season. So I'm still super bummed about that. And honestly, and again, you know what I said about the Bad Batch, but honestly, right now, Andor excitement level is just not there because of that reason. But again,
Yeah.
once we get closer to the release, you know how your boy is. I will get super excited. I will be ready to watch it. But that's kind of where I'm sitting at right now.
Mhm. I am right there with you. Like I love Alan Tudyk, by the way.
He's
He
great.
is talented. And he's the guy who like is the voice of everything. And then you look him up, you're like, wait, what does he do? And he's just bam, 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 bam. And you're like, oh my gosh, he's King Candy and Wreck-It Ralph, and he's the dude from Dodgeball, and he's K2SO. Like, I love him. So I am in the same boat. I wish he was a part of it. However,
Mm-hmm.
if they make it a part of the plot where he gets K2SO, or maybe he wasn't around, or if they tie it in a way and he comes back in for season 2, all forgiven for me.
Sure.
Because I think that could be a very important storytelling point in Andor's,
Development.
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll play that game,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. Me being greedy, I just want him there because he's awesome and
Right.
he's a great character.
And again, we do this with Kenobi. We get wrapped up in the Kenobi show having so many possibilities, but we got to remind ourselves the show is called Kenobi. It's first and foremost about Obi-Wan Kenobi.
That's right.
Same thing with Andor. Yes, uh we want to see Krennic. We want to get connections to Moff Gideon. We want to get all these interweb connections. We want to get K2SO. We probably want to get Tarkin. We probably will want to get Vader. We'll probably want to get Palpatine. I'm sure all of those names are going to be mentioned in the lead up to Andor. But we
Oh yeah,
have to remind ourselves the show is called Star Wars freaking Andor. It's not called
yeah.
anything else.
Freaking Andor.
Freaking Andor.
It's in the freaking title.
So you
Yeah.
got to keep that in mind. Again, I get it, and we'll probably do it here. We want to see all those characters, but let's set our expectations at a reasonable location. But yeah, again, my excitement level, we'll get there, just not right now because I'm still thinking about K2SO not being there. But anyway, let us know what you think about those set images. Maybe did you get those Canto Bite vibes? Did you not? That's fair. Let us know. And do you think we'll see Gideon? Do you think we'll see Krennic? Let us know in the YouTube comments if you're watching on YouTube. But again, we got Discord if you're listening in on podcasts. Let us know
Hey,
in there as well. Okay. Now, as far as news goes, that was really the biggest thing this past week. So we're really just going to have a fun and interesting topic for the remainder of the show here. And what I wanted to focus on is the overwhelming amount of Star Wars projects that are in the works. And what made me think of this was Corey Van Dyke. He is a member of Kessel Run Transmissions. I always see them pop up on Twitter. So I wanted to just throw that plug out because I'm all about just the Star Wars fan community being in a great spot. So go check out their work if you haven't already. He sent this tweet out and it made me think. So I'm just going to read the tweet first and then we'll dive into kind of what our focus will be. Corey Van Dyke tweeted the following: pure speculation, but based on some things we've heard, here's what I think the Star Wars schedule will be like in 2022. December 2021 through February 2022 will be Boba. That is really long compared to what I was thinking. February through April will be Mando 3. April through June will be Kenobi. June through August will be Andor. September through November will be Bad Batch 2. That's new information to me. And then November through January, Ahsoka. That is only the big TV schedule. And that is all in the next year, according to Kessel Run Transmissions. Like I said, that is overwhelming in my opinion. Like, Star Wars has always been one of those things for me where rarity makes it kind of better. Like, it's a huge moment. You get a movie here, you have to wait 2 to 3 years to get the next movie. It's a huge moment. But with all of these projects, and again, I'm super excited and happy that we're getting them. But with all those projects lined up, I am a little bit concerned just about overwhelming it. Just a ton of projects on the board that maybe, again, I know when Solo came out, people were like, oh, Star Wars fatigue, it bombed. And I don't want that to happen again. What do you think about that? Am I being crazy for feeling this way kind of initially? What are your
yeah,
thoughts?
you're being crazy, man. Come on, you're being crazy.
Okay, that's fair. Tell me why. Tell me why.
All right, here's my pitch. All right,
Okay,
we're going
let's
back
hear
into
it.
pitch mode. So, my pitch is what a time to freaking be alive.
Oh,
right?
fair enough, man.
That's my
Fair
pitch.
enough.
All right, yeah, there you go. No, what I really am trying to say there is we are so lucky to be in a space where that is the slate. Are you kidding me?
That's true.
Like banger, 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 banger. Hopefully,
Hopefully.
right? We got the asterisks in there, but just going off what we know of what they can do. Man, I am pumped. And another thing that gets me really excited is I kind of was the same way as you with the movies, where I like
Mhm.
them to be, big events, and I'm waiting and anticipating, right?
Yeah.
And these, we're going to do what I do best and bring Marvel into this. These Marvel shows have proven to me that if you can drip feed me content and it be
Mhm.
different, all in on that. Like,
Yeah.
because I love the WandaVision being weird, and then Falcon Winter Soldier being Marvel, and then
Traditional.
Loki being whatever the heck Loki's going to be, right? So
Yeah.
I'm that's proven to me that I get excited about seeing these things drop weekly like they used to be back in, like, when we were kids, 2000, early 2000s. Things would drop weekly and we would have something to talk about, especially
Right.
on Mando Talk.
Well, that helps
So
us definitely.
I mean, definitely, but I just mean like us as friends and people around the water cooler at
Right.
work, like, or well, around the podcast, right? It's just gives us something to talk about, gets me something to be pumped about, because boom, tomorrow we're getting Falcon Winter Soldier, baby, and I am
Yeah.
pumped.
Right.
So if I can turn that into Boba or Mando or Kenobi, I'm ready
Mm.
for Kenobi.
Okay.
But you see what I'm saying? Come
Yeah,
on,
well, and it does
crazy.
again, it helps us on our end for what we do because it gives us weekly content. Let's just
Sure.
call it how we see it. Um, and like you said, if, and this is a big if, and this is why I guess I'm feeling this way, is because in the past they've had this idea of let's put out Star Wars content back to back almost, and it didn't go well. That I guess
That's
that's
right.
why I'm feeling this way.
It
And maybe you need to come to the light side and convince me, and you're doing that a little bit. So I appreciate that. It was just a feeling that I got when I read that tweet. Like, man, that is a lot. And like you said, it's great. What a time to be alive. We're getting so much Star Wars content. Let's
Mhm.
just make sure that we execute it. I don't want us to, again, like we did a couple years ago, feel like, oh, we got to catch up with Marvel. We got to put out movies 6 months
Agreed.
in between each other. Let's not do it just for the sake of doing it. Let's
Right.
make sure the content is golden. And I'm 100% confident in like the whole Mandoverse thing that they got going on because Favreau and Filoni.
Exactly.
Where I get a little
But
unconfident is when they're not involved. However, I do feel confident in Deborah Chow with Kenobi because she kind of breaks off that tree of Favreau and Filoni.
Mhm.
So it's kind of, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Whatever.
You can't convince me that they don't have their fingers in the other ones,
Oh, absolutely.
which
And
that sounds weird, but like they're getting their hands on it and they're
yeah,
molding it too.
yeah.
So
And
I think, I think that's maybe why I'm so naive to it, where
mhm,
they've proven to me with Mandalorian that they know what the crap they're doing.
right.
So if they want to expand this universe, and Disney Plus, right? We've talked about it over and over before.
Hmm.
What a just masterclass in a streaming service. First of all, their quality of their service is so good, because I don't have great internet. Okay, I'm in the middle of nowhere here, and it's like nothing. It just looks great on the screen. I don't even have to think about it, right?
Yeah.
So you combine that with great visuals, with great storytelling, and I'm all in on that. So I agree with you that it might go bad because it's a lot of content.
Hmm.
However, another good thing about having so much is, okay, maybe Andor sucks, right? We got Bad Batch 2 coming. Boom.
Apparently. Yeah.
Well, apparently, yeah, that's a whole nother thing. But do you know what I mean by that? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's how
Yeah.
I felt about the Marvel stuff, where WandaVision Okay, maybe I didn't. I love WandaVision, but maybe if I didn't, I've got Falcon Winter Soldier
Okay,
coming.
I was about to say,
Sorry,
hold
sorry,
up,
sorry,
man. You didn't like
sorry.
WandaVision.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's kind of what I meant, though. Like maybe if Falcon Winter Soldier sucked, it does not. But if it did, we got Loki coming. So that's another thing we can put in the pro column of this is
Yeah,
that it gives us a good chance to, I guess, cleanse our palate if it is bad. But
right.
it all
And
goes back to you got to do a good job.
I do think too, Disney Plus content, I think, is a little more forgiving than a big
100%.
movie. Like if you
100%.
stumble a little bit on Disney Plus, I don't think it's gonna hurt the gut as of the fan base as much as a film would.
Well, because guess what? Next week you got another episode.
True. True.
And then the
Now,
next week you got another episode.
right. And we have been specifically focusing on all of those television projects. But again, just to remind all of our listeners out there,
Yeah.
here's the movie list. We got Rogue Squadron, directed by Patty Jenkins, Taika Waititi's directed film, Kevin Feige's produced film, and it's still on the Star Wars webpage. So I'm still going to talk about it as being confirmed. Ryan Johnson's trilogy, all apparently in the works. So we got 4 total movies in the works. We got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 Disney Plus shows. That's counting animation stuff like Visions and A Droid Story. We haven't even talked about Lando, Rangers of the New Republic, Ahsoka, The Acolyte. Yeah, a lot. And
That's a lot.
the acolyte is still something that me and you are really, really,
Dude,
really pumped
I
about.
mean, look at my image right now. Give me the acolyte. All right. Come
Okay,
on,
and
man.
give me Kenobi over the
Oh,
acolyte
oh,
since we're going
yeah,
light
yeah.
side, dark
Fair.
side there.
Fair. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm freaking pumped for a
Yeah.
Kenobi, dude.
Okay, so I did want to kind of talk about some things though from this list.
Okay.
Just some takes because unlike Corey Van Dyke and those at Kessel Run Transmissions, I cannot say with confidence at all what this schedule is going to be like. So
Yeah.
if you're coming to Mando Talk for inside scoops, I'm sorry, I'm just not there yet. We'll try to get there one
We'll
day.
we'll get there, but yeah, as of today,
Yeah, but I wanted to share some takeaways from this list, even though we've already kind of talked a little bit, but we haven't really even gotten to any of my takeaways. So let's do that. First takeaway, like I said, I cannot predict these. However, I do think once we get an official release date for Mando season 3, that Star Wars and Lucasfilm's project like plan will be a little bit more clear as far as what they're going for. Like, are they going for the back-to-back releases like Marvel? Are they trying to space them out a little bit more? I think we'll know whenever we finally get confirmation behind when Mando 3 will be coming. That's my
I
first
think
takeaway.
and just to chime in, I think we would know more if COVID didn't happen.
I think so too. And I think that has caused them to hesitate on announcing things.
100%, dude. Like
Um,
they've got it planned out, and COVID jacked it up a little bit. Maybe not a lot, but a little bit, right? Because it's
yeah,
jacked up all of our timings for things. But
dude, it has,
um,
man.
they just don't want to commit because that's what we're seeing big time. I say we, but that's what they're seeing in the big time in the video game space, where these people have come out and announced these games and release dates, and almost all the games are getting pushed because I mean, it's way harder to work remote. And then if you're doing a full production, you got to keep everyone masked. Then you got to do all these regulations. Like it's a lot and it's a big commitment. And you know how we fans get when you tell us a date, it better freaking be
It
the date,
it
right?
better or else we got issues.
That's right. So just don't tell me. I'd rather be naive and be innocent. I don't want to know.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Second point, second takeaway or second
Mm.
thought. I really, and I'm getting even a little bit away from notes here. Part of me really doesn't want The Mandalorian to come out at a different time of the year. Like, part of me is just like stuck to this idea of Star Wars is king in the winter months. They established that with the sequels. When those movies came out, you knew it's Christmas time. I get to hang out with my family. In the meantime, too, let's all go watch the brand new Star Wars stuff together. I ended up doing the same thing with The Mandalorian. whenever we were with family, I was like, you know what? I have a podcast called Mando Talk where we talk about the Mandalorian. So first of all, you need to watch the Mandalorian. Let's do that
Yeah.
together real quick, and then come check me out and listen to Mando
Yeah.
Talk.
Give me that like, you know what I'm saying?
So part of me is like, man, I really wish Mando 3 was still coming out in those fall winter months. But my take to that is if they switch that, it better be in the summer. I want them to treat Mando 3 like the primetime thing that it is. Mando has, I guess, dominated or established itself as king for Star Wars right now. It's what is bringing a lot of fans into the game again. So treat it that way. That's one thing that I just wanted to talk about because according to this timeline, Corey Van Dyke from Kessel Run Transmission says Mando 3 in February to April. I don't know how I feel about that, honestly.
I 100% agree with you. I
Thank you.
I would love to have Mando in the primetime summer, run. But if I'm being honest, I think I agree. I've got to go with I love having it in the fall and winter because it
Okay,
gives me
sweet.
something to look forward to. I think, my birthday's in December, so I really like having Star Wars around there, which is
Mm-hmm.
cool. But
Exactly.
it also gives me something to look forward to when it's free, when it's cold outside and I'm not doing much. It's dark. Like it gives me something to look forward to.
Yeah.
And another reason why I want it in the fall and winter is because if this list is true, then we're getting Dagum Kenobi in April and June. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's good. I'm good with that one
That's
because
true.
I'd like to believe that they're treating that one as prime time as well, especially with the cast list that they dropped on us. I think they're taking that very seriously, and they're
Mm-hmm.
dropping some dough on it, which is what I like to hear,
I think
on
so
a
too.
show called Kenobi.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, absolutely. Now we have already kind of touched on this, so I won't spend time on it, but I'll go ahead and read it. I do want them to pace these shows out. I don't want them to feel like they have to copy Marvel's formula. We've already kind of touched on that. So let me go ahead and get to the next one. Here is my perfect formula, and it sounds like they're trying to get away from it, which is fine. Prove me wrong, but I would always just be confident and comfortable with two live action shows, one in the summer, one in the winter, the holiday months, and one animation show directly in between. I feel like that's the perfect. We're pleasing the fan base, but we're also pumping out fresh content a lot compared to what Star Wars used to do. I feel like that's the perfect formula, and I hope that they don't try to cram more than that personally.
um, I I might agree with you, dude. I don't know.
Dude, let's go.
I don't mean to do this. Like I love the dropping content on me because I'm just a content hog. I love
Yeah.
getting new stuff and looking forward to things.
Hmm.
Uh, but if we're talking grand scheme of a year, you might be right in Star Wars because it's different than Marvel. And I don't want them to, I agree, I don't want them to try to do the same thing. It's a different, um, it's like drinking two different drinks. It's like
Yeah.
one's a Coke and one's a Sprite, right?
Hmm.
Like
Oh,
they're
yeah, that's fair. I was gonna say we got to go different products, but then we just talked about a couple weeks ago how Marvel and Star Wars are a team now, so it does make
exactly.
more sense to go two Coke products. I'll give you
That's
that.
what I'm saying. So see, I'm already ahead of you, boy. But yeah, so I think you might be right with the summer, fall, winter drops with the animation in the middle. And if
Mhm.
they do that, 2 years in a row, we'll know what to expect. We know it's coming. Um, mm, Maybe even do the fall, winter and make it not fall, winter, make it like fall, spring and
Mm,
like really get it out of there. Maybe like end of
yeah.
fall, early spring. I don't know. Um,
Yeah, there's a lot, and
I don't
again,
know.
because Corey, and I don't want to make this sound like a bash, but what Corey Van Dyke tweeted out is not permanent. Like that is not
Oh, yeah,
100%
yeah, yeah, yeah.
accurate.
Right.
This
That's
is
right.
just what he and their group is hearing. So I do think it's possible though, and I mean, I guess currently we're just as right as they are until we're proven otherwise. That
Right.
it could be that it could be two live action shows with an animation directly in the middle. That way they're sticking to just three things per year. I think that's a healthy pace, and I would love to see that. But again, if you want to give me more, I'll eat it. If you want to give me
Yeah,
more fries from McDonald's, I'll eat them.
that's right.
Just
That's
keep it
right.
coming.
And another reason why I think he might be on to something, just looking at what we have in our notes,
Hmm.
just the amount of what they've already announced. Like,
Yeah.
if they go on that route, it's going to be like 5 or 6 years worth of content.
Yeah.
Like, and so that's why I think I lean more towards him being more realistic.
Right. Because they've already announced all of these things. I see what
That's
you're
right.
saying.
And it's only, I mean, man, it's a lot. So
Yeah, because apparently we're getting reports, and we won't go into this, but we're getting leaks and rumors that Ahsoka's set is already ready to go and ready to start shooting. So we'll see.
they're cranking them out, man. I know
Yeah.
you don't want to hear that, but they cranking them out.
Yeah.
You got to
Yeah.
keep them subscribers, dude.
I
Disney
know. I know.
Plus.
I know. That's true. And my last takeaway, just to all the fans, like you've already alluded to, don't be shocked if some of these things get delayed. It doesn't mean these projects are in trouble. It's just the reality of the situation. COVID has shifted everything, and we're going to see that effect for multiple years from here. 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 years from now, we're still going to see the effects of COVID in the entertainment industry. So don't be surprised and don't think that it's because the project is horrible if these things get delayed.
Touche. That's all I'll
Touche.
say about
Okay.
that.
Any other takeaways before we leave that topic?
um, the only other thing I'll say is I'm very, very excited about um, the upcoming year. We're coming out of COVID, hopefully, and everybody's doing their thing. We're getting out in the open more. They're making more stuff. I can't wait till it gets more, you know, hey, it's coming out this day. This is when it's happening. So just be reluctant, take your time, be patient, and we'll all enjoy it together.
Absolutely. And Mando Talk will be here to talk about it with you, of course.
100%.
All right. That is it for our show this week as far as Star Wars content. Man, I love those topics. I love just talking about the entertainment industry as a whole. Like getting into the entertainment weeds with the Star Wars projects when they're going to come out. I love having that conversation. Hopefully, you really enjoyed that conversation as well. Those of you listening, if you did, smash the like button, rate us, like us, do whatever you got to do to make us feel good. We really appreciate it. A couple of reminders on our way out. Discord. We've already mentioned it a couple of times. Click the link that's in the bio in the description. It'll take you straight to that. And again, it's a great platform for us to communicate. That's the best part of this gig. Second thing to remind you of the Bad Batch watch party. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and you click the bell. That way, when we go live on May the 4th at 8 p.m. Central, you will get a notification. Mando Talk is now live, and then you
That's
can
right.
click it and you can go straight to it, and you can see our goofy looking faces going crazy for that 70-minute Bad Batch premiere.
Yeah, and it will show up at the top of your home screen too. That's what I like about the subscribing live is it just pops us right there at the top. So be sure to subscribe. And also, I want to talk about Discord. It's
Do
one
it.
more thing. It's it's not just for us. It's for you guys as well, the listeners and the viewers. So just come on over. I don't want you to feel like we're throwing it down your throat, but we just want to, this is a new thing and we want to make sure you guys join us on this new journey. We're excited. We're going to be pumping in there probably every day, just talking about stuff. And
Sure.
who knows, you may see some behind the scenes, you may get some exclusives, just little teases of what's coming next that we're not going to put on other social medias. So if you want to be a part of that, come on, join us.
I like it. I like it. Man, you're so persuasive, dude. You crushed it. All right. Podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple, Google, you name it. Subscribe to us there. And then, as always, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Mando Talk. So you can continue to check us out, continue to communicate with us. We appreciate all the support that you guys continue to send our way. It is awesome. It is an honor and privilege to just even have, even if there were two of you listening, it would be awesome. Just that you're wanting to listen to me and Zach and everyone else at Mando talk about Star Wars. It's really humbling, and I love it. It gives me the chills just thinking about it. We
That's
just
the best
really
part, man.
appreciate it.
Best part.
Absolutely. Well, Zach, I appreciate you coming on this week, and I appreciate you joining the Mando Talk crew. And I look forward to continue to get great takes, great discussion, Sith like analysis from you here in the next couple of months. And who knows how long this baby runs.
Yeah, let's keep it running. Thanks for having me. And hopefully, I'll be seeing you guys a lot more.
Absolutely. And we cannot wait to see it. Well, listen, guys, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. We hope that you have a blessed week, as always. And we're going to go ahead and send it out of here with our normal takeaway line. And that is, we have spoken.